Hello everybody. I'm currently at a local park with my son. We just got back from Nixon for a walk and I decided to bring him here so he could run around and play a little bit before we try to go fishing again. We're going to go on another fishing adventure. But this park is really cool because it has Wi-Fi access, free Wi-Fi, so I was able to connect to it. And I was on the Living in a Van Facebook group and saw that one of the members had posted something really sad. It seems a family of four, a husband, wife, and their two kids. One was like 2 years old, and the other one was like 8 or 9 months old. All died in their van, and their body was discovered. And the suspect was carbon monoxide poisoning. Now, if you've been following this channel any length of time, then you know that I recommend having carbon monoxide. It's like a critical equipment to use to have in your van because this is your home, and you're always running the engine, whether it be driving around or to stay warm or to stay cold briefly. I don't recommend running the car at night to stay warm or to stay cold unless you're awake and you're sure that there's adequate ventilation. And even then, I always have my windows open, not this much, but about an inch or half an inch. I'll leave a gap throughout the whole day and night when I'm sleeping in it, and my rear windows are always open. But the other thing is to always make sure you have fresh batteries in your carbon monoxide detector. For those of you who don't know what it is, what it looks like, let me go ahead and show you. Shut this noise off here. My door's beeping. I have a carbon monoxide detector in my van right now. You can see the van's rigged for sitting because I'm going to be taking the family out. But this is what the carbon monoxide detector looks like here. See how it's blinking the green light every so often? That shows that it's still working. And I mounted it at about, sleeping level where my head is, so that if any carbon monoxide is in here enough to cause damage, it goes off. Let me show you what it sounds like when it goes off. I'm going to do the test button here. So it's going to go off here in a minute. And that's pretty much it. When you hear that beeping like that, that is the carbon monoxide detector. It's not CO2, that's carbon dioxide. Carbon monoxide is CO. But this thing is about $15 to $20 at Walmart. It's near the smoke detector, and you definitely need one of these. It's the one safety equipment I highly recommend putting in your van. The other issue is, the family in question apparently were homeless and had been living in their van for about... Oh, somebody else calling their daddy. I thought that, for a second, I thought that was my son. But the family in question apparently had been living in their van for as long as like 8 or 9 months. And just reading some of the comments in the group, I was like, people can be so mean and stuff, and they don't even know the situation. Some of the people were posting that the guy could get a job, and, if he really wanted to work, he could work. Apparently, the guy had a full-time job. He just wasn't making enough money, I don't know why people are so mean when they don't know the facts or all the situation. They're willing to throw in their 2 bits and start making all these judgments. If you're sitting in a comfortable home with access to a lot of services and stuff, count yourself lucky, because at any moment things can change. Sometimes it's based upon situations that are actually outside of your control. And sometimes it's bad planning. I think everyone takes responsibility for their life. But if you don't, or sometimes it's just bad luck. Things like you lose your job or something, you could lose everything from your house. Or like even in my case, it looks like I make really poor decisions and stuff, but I've been making decisions. There's always a reasoning behind it that's not always clear. But before I ended up in the situation where I had to live in the van full time, not by choice, but out of necessity, a lot of people have made judgments calls against me that I think are actually completely wrong, and it's all right. They just don't know. They're basing it upon their own background and their own situation, but they really have no clue when they post that kind of stuff. But I will say this: I'm making this video right now. I know it seems a little lost and whatnot, but the main purpose of making this video is to warn you and let you know that, one, if you don't have a carbon monoxide detector in your vehicle, that is one of the most important safety devices you can get. It's only about $15 to $20 and worth getting, because you need to get it, and probably check the battery every 6 months to a year. Make sure you put a new set of batteries. The second thing is this: if you are homeless, check out your county. Get yourself on the waiting list if you need to, but especially if you have young children. I don't think it's safe to live in a van with young children, especially if it's not something you've done before. To subject children to this is like very dangerous. As this family found out, all of them are gone now. So contact your local, police or church groups and social services in your area if you find yourself homeless with a family. A single person, if you are also homeless, you can also look at them, but a lot of times there's such a large waiting list, and I know about this because I was in South Florida. But at least get yourself on the list if you're looking for an ability to reset. Now, personally, I would prefer to be in the van rather than be in a shelter situation, because I have experience living in a van, even though this channel only had me living in it for 2 years. This is actually like 8 years of living in a van. So what you're looking at, which sometimes looks like I don't know what I'm doing, because I really don't, I'm kind of making things up as I go along, is actually quite a bit of experience. But I will say, if you find yourself homeless, and especially with young children, you may want to look into contacting local service agencies to see if they can help you, because a lot of times they do have shelters and programs to try to get you back on your feet. So keep those things in mind, and I hope everyone is staying safe. If you don't yet have a carbon monoxide detector, make sure you pick one up. Till next time, everybody, please stay safe.